up, everyone? Rick from TAC-HILL. First, I want to start this video off with an apology. I want to apologize to Nathan4071. Nathan, times happen, man, and stuff's been hard. I still haven't got the package out to you, but I promise you tomorrow the package will be out. And, well, this morning, I guess. The package will be out to you. So I want to apologize for that. I am a man of my word, and life happens, and sometimes it happens in ways that I can't prevent. I do work overnight, so I'm all over the place. Also to Flint from Flint and Still Survival, the guy who this video is for. I want to apologize to you, bro. I told you I'd get the video out this morning, and I did not. And it wasn't for lack of trying. It was because I had recorded it several times, actually, and just kept having technical difficulties. So I want to apologize for that. First and foremost, guys, just to let everybody know about me, I am a man of my word, and I will do my best to keep my word. So if I give you my word, you can guarantee I'm going to follow through with it. That being said, this is a tag video. I was tagged by Flint from Flint and Still Survival. If you don't know him, go check him out. He has an awesome channel. It is the 6 questions for a prepper. The first question is, what do you think of the term prepper survivalist? I think the term prepper and survivalist oftentimes is misconstrued, and people think it's a negative term. I don't think it's a negative term at all. Someone who is a prepper simply means someone who is prepared, someone who is both mentally, physically, and materialistically prepared for whatever might happen. Either economical crash, natural disaster, scat hits the fan, any of those things. That's what a prepper is to me. A survivalist. What is a survivalist? A survivalist is someone who has learned the skills to survive in any type of situation they might be put in, be that urban survival, be that wilderness survival, scat hits the fan, same thing. I really compare them both one and the same, because in order to be a survivalist, you must be prepared. In order to prepare, a lot of times you have to understand survival, so they're both kind of one and the same to me. Like I said, a lot of people take it as an offensive thing, and I don't. Let's see. The next one is, when did you realize you were a prepper / survivalist? Well, I've always believed he who panics is the first to die. So, to me, prepping has always been something that I was doing. I always wanted to prepare myself for anything that I was doing, be that any venture that I might go into. That falls in the same category of survivalist. I've lived all over the place, and I've tried to hone my craft in everywhere that I have lived, and I think that's important to do. So I think for me, survivalist, I'm a big fisherman. I love going out and going fishing, and I have fished in many states in America. I've not been out of America. But I would say for survivalist, probably all of my life, I have focused pretty much all of my life on learning survival skills and stuff like that. Favorite TV series, book, or film? Now, Flint did all 3 of them. So I, as well, I'm going to do all 3 of them. So, TV series, I'm going to have to say, this might be, for some of you younger viewers, this might not be something you've ever heard of. Guys my age, you've definitely heard of it, I'm sure. And some of the older generation, I'm sure they've seen it as well, and that is MacGyver. MacGyver was a TV show about a survivalist, a guy who could take nothing and make something out of it. I found this, and it is seasons 1 through 4, which is the entire series. And I was so happy when I found it. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen this in years. Now, this came out when I was like 11 or 12 years old. So it was just a great show, and I loved it. So that's definitely my favorite TV series. But I also like the FBI files, case studies in forensic science, anything on Animal Planet. I love learning about animals and stuff like that. Favorite book? I have a lot of favorite books, but probably one that's my favorite from a long, long time ago is Herbs and Things by Jane Rose. This is a really good book, and it has a lot of useful information on herbs and things like that inside of it. It has a lot of treatments for illnesses and ailments and stuff like that. Has a pretty weird section on what they're trying to call witchcraft. Obviously, it comes from a very far off perspective, but it's a great book, and I really like it. And then favorite film. My favorite film is actually a series. Well, I have several of those too. I'm a big time horror movie buff. I love all kinds of horror movies and stuff like that. So anything that falls in the genre of horror, gore, mystery, stuff like that, I'm a big fan of. My favorite movie though of all time would have to be The Evil Dead. So here's the Evil Dead 2 because I can't find my Evil Dead 1. I have both books from the Evil Dead series. There's another one called The Army of Darkness. I don't know if they made the book for that or not because I never was able to find it. But this is a great film, and it as well is way out there. I mean, like way far out there. I'm a big fan of Bruce Campbell. I love his work, and he's also a great author. So check him out. Check his books out. They're really, really interesting. The next one is Bug Out or Bug In. I'm a renter, so I would definitely say in the situation that I'm in, it would be Bug Out. My dream and my future goal is to own my own land with some livestock and a garden and be able to do the things that I want to do. That's my biggest dream. So if I had that and that was a reality right now, I would definitely say Bug In. But because I don't, I'm going to have to say Bug Out. If you could learn a Matrix style skill, what would it be? Well, for a Matrix style skill, I would have to say where they're like climbing up the walls, when they run and climb up the walls, or when they're ducking and dodging all the bullets. That's really awesome. But also I'm not sure the name of the guys, the ones that are chasing after them. The way that they just appear out of nowhere, that would be a really awesome skill to have. And then it's pick 5 things you take with you in a bug out situation. Well, I'm down in Arizona, and it's very hot. As you can see, I'm pouring and sweating. That's with the air conditioner on. So I, in my opinion, and well, I mean, this is pretty important. Water is life. So in the area that I'm at, if you don't have water, you're in big, big trouble. So I would have to say my canteen. This is a 4-quart canteen, so it holds a good bit of water. I drew a little image on it. Definitely water, and definitely shelter. Shade is really important here. If you don't have shade, you're out in the sun and you don't have water, you're going to die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's really, really hot here. So definitely my canteen. Also a knife. I chose the Taurus by Condor. It's a great knife. I chose this one because it has the ferro rod with it. And it's definitely, that way I didn't have to choose an extra item. It's definitely a great setup right there, and I definitely would want to have a knife with me. Next would be my Zero Trace. Sorry, I haven't had this flashlight for that long. Zero Trace flashlight. It takes an 18650, but it's a double 18650. So I'll show you. It's a little weird, the battery pack that comes in it, but it will accept standard 18650. So you put 2 of them in there, and you're good to go. This thing pushes out 1014 lumens, and it has a throw on it that is incredible. I mean, look at the size of that. The throw on this thing is incredible. It also has this nifty little tool here, which is a USB, so you can charge the batteries in it via USB. As well, you can plug in the micro USB and charge your electronic devices, so that's really awesome. It gives you a great bit there. It also has a tactical bezel, so if you needed to use this in an attack situation, you would be good with it. Like I said, it's got a huge bezel on it, so it's definitely the flashlight I'd want in a bug out situation. And it does go very dim as well. Next item I would choose is the Ruger 1022. Let's go ahead and safety check. We're clear. It does have the 10-round mag in it. However, I would bring the BX25 mags with it. This is the 50th anniversary edition with stainless barrel. This to me is the ultimate survival rifle. You can take pretty much all small game with it. You can take a little bit larger game with it, but you better be a good shot. But this thing is just a little tank, and it just keeps right on going. It's fairly accurate, and 10/22 is one of my favorite firearms in the world. My last item that I would bring is my Taurus 357 mag. Let's go ahead and safety check. Cylinder is empty, as you can see. Has high vis sights on it, adjustable sights, 6.5-inch barrel. It's stainless steel. Excuse me. This is very accurate, and it will allow you to take much bigger game than the 10/22. This gun I've had for a long time. I've shot it a lot, and I really like it. So this would be my number 5 item. And let's go ahead and pop that back down. I'm supposed to tag a couple guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. First one I want to tag is Houseboat Rob, my buddy. I want to know what your answers to the 6 questions are. Next guy I'm going to tag is Easy Prepper 101. He does a lot on firearms and stuff like that. And it's a prepper question, so there you go, Easy Prepper 101. I tag you, and I want to hear what your answers are. Last one is ParasidicGeneration. He's a cool dude. He also does a lot of firearm stuff. Really awesome guy, so please go and check out all these guys. But ParasidicGeneration, I want to ask you those 6 questions and hear your answers. So please do the videos. Let me hear you guys' comments, suggestions, anything that you might want to say. And these guys' channel will be in the description box. And as you can see, I'm starting to pour and sweat more and more. It's pretty hot. So anyway, like I said, this whole thing is based on your location. So, you know, some people live in a cold climate. I live in a hot climate. So mine can be a little more away from shelter. Anyway, guys, let me hear your answers. All right, everybody, this is Rick from TAC-HILL. Remember, my friends, in order to thrive, you need to strive to survive, and I'll see you later.